had to pay the price. I saw in you what life was missing. You lit a flame that consumed my hate. I'm not one for reminiscing, but I traded all for your sweet embrace. 'Cause we lost everything. We had to pay the price. There's a canvas with two faces of fallen angels who loved and lost. It was a passion for the ages, but in the end, guess we paid the cost. A thing of beauty, I know, will never fade away. What you did to me, I know. Said what you had to say, but a thing of beauty will never fade away. Will never fade away. I see your eyes, I know you see me. You're like a ghost, you're everywhere. I'm your demon, never leaving. I made a soul of rage and fear. That one thing that changed it all. That one thing that caused the fall. A thing of beauty, I know, will never fade away. What you did to me, I know. So what you had to say, but a thing of beauty, I know, will never fade away. And I'll do my duty, I know. Somehow I'll find a way, but a thing of beauty will never fade away. And I'll do my duty, will never fade away. Will never fade away.
Why, hello and welcome to Ren's Wasteland Camp Reviews slash Dumpster Fire. No, that's not this. Hold on. Which one is this? Tours. Yeah, this is a camp tour. And this is Eat More Ghouls. That's the name of the camp. You can see it right there on top of the marquee. I Have no idea why I was naming it that. I think it's because I was thinking of Chick-fil-A at the time. And in the States, that's a restaurant that serves chicken sandwiches. And they use cows. And the cows are almost always in their advertising marquees and billboards doing eat more chicken. So, yeah, eat more ghouls. And since this is one of my builds, I decided to go ahead and include this lovely dumpster fire over here, which is a cooking station, as you can tell. And it still works, just so you know. Character will come up and they'll make whatever you happen to have on them without too much of an issue, as long as you can find it, which the only problem that I've got with cooking stations in general is I kind of wish that they worked with whatever ingredient you had, the item would show up at the top. And then you could figure out what all you could make versus going through the entire menu and having to dig through it to find what you're looking for. But if you notice over there, I put another cooking station on the little hangout spot that's over there. Which I am not wearing my jetpack, and I just realized as I tried to make that jump. But I put a cooking station in here, and then back here you've got the radstag generating thing, the acid generating butterfly thing, uh, Mothman cultist that's been imprisoned by my adhesive generating thing, and a little table with my chickens, which are my poop generating things. Or, yeah, poop generating things. That's pretty much what chickens do. They poop. The building itself is one that I built in lieu of Jack trying, well, giving me that challenge to build something with only 3 floors. And I'll explain my thinking on it, and then I'll explain why it's wrong, according to Jack, once we get inside. Um, so I also built this little bridge here that is completely usable. It goes right on across the creek here. It's one of my favorite things. It's also one of the last things that I built whenever I was trying to figure out what to do with my budget. There's a few guns here. That's mainly because we have a rad toad infestation in this area. And on occasion, the I think it's called the Orza, the super turtle guy, and the blue devil will spawn over at this house right next to me, which I'll show you quickly on the map what that is. It's over here at Becker Farm. They'll sometimes spawn fighting over there against whatever's there, which is usually like Scorched or Settlers versus Raiders or any number of 100 other things. It could be Ghouls versus Scorched, Ghouls versus Raiders, whatever. But those two things have a chance of spawning here. Usually they're about level 75. A few turrets help out a little bit. There's one that's been dropped down into the belly of this car, along with a scrap box and a worm farm, along with one of the plates that spawns the moths, because I wanted something else to be looking like it was going on. The engine this time at the front is not a standard gasoline powered one. It's one of these with the little mole rat doing his thing, because I wanted to do something a little bit fun with it. And then if you notice up there, you'll see the half a pig, and there's another one over here underneath the bathtub. Those are just there to, you know, well, because people got to eat. Anyway, something besides ghouls. And there's plenty of surfboards scattered around. I just started shoving those in as they came out because I wanted to get some more color on the actual build itself. And I patched up the walls and the holes in the walls using those, as well as like the doors and whatnot. But let's go on in and we'll see what all's in here. We've got the lizard farm, which really has no purpose in game at all. Behind that is the hot water generator. which I don't really have a use for at the moment, so it's sitting back there. There are rad barrel, some extra candles, a couple sensor packs that I figured the homeowner would have set up to detect, super mutants because they spawn really close to here, and the behemoths because again they spawn really close to here. Some extra outfits for guests that come by that might need some new clothes, or in those rare occasions when I've been out, doing things and I just need a new outfit. Um, I've got a cooking station that I dropped into the actual fireplace. It's actually attached to the fire logs in the fireplace, and those snap into place. So I've got a cooking station in my new fireplace. I didn't bother to put one in here. As you can see, the smoke is coming up through the floor um, from the cooking station below because I sunk a couple of the fire things into that dumpster, and you'll get a little bit of smoke from them. But there's a few cooking implements in here, uh, computer system to help with your health and wellness. It's just there to check your eyes, check your chemical intake, and send a report back to Vault-Tec. That's the whole point of it. Got a map, a bit of a book, because everybody needs to read a good book every once in a while. This one just happens to be about the flight habits of moths and how to catch and deal with them. I put in the Tinkerer's workbench up here because it just seemed to fit in really well with what I was doing. This is the outhouse, and as you can tell, it's got both toilet paper and, if you run out of toilet paper, it's got the hillbilly wipes there on the wall and the gloves in case that becomes a thing. But photography is prohibited in this area, so I really shouldn't be showing you that. Now, I couldn't decide on what kind of Fosnock mask to put up there, so I just put up nothing. I put up the thing, and there's a few odds and ends stuck up around here that are, trophies and whatnot, because, I've got the cooking station over there, and this taxidermy station, which is the Tinkerer's bench right here, that, it makes sense to make some trophies there. But I've got the, some plushies, some of my favorites, a bed, fully functional. This is technically a chair that I decided to use as a table because why not? Ammo storage, a mirror, bathtub with basketball and toaster for all of your sports and suicide needs. Come out here, and these are, as you can tell, attached with this rug. And boy, that was a pain in the butt. But anyway, I also put in some fireworks. I don't know that I can get those to go off and have you actually see them, because I have yet to see them, and I live here. But there is a fireworks lever here at the back, and you can set those off, and it makes a big, grand, explosion. But as I was going to say, I'm going to explain to you why this is wrong and why this is right. So technically, this foundation is one floor. You come up here, and I was under the impression that the gantry stairs would count as one floor. Two at best, okay? So I was thinking I might be one thing off. No. This is 2 floors according to Jack because it's 2 squares. It's not 2 squares though because there's a hole right here for the stairs to come up in. So technically it is 1.5 at best. But Jack, he considers this 2 floors. So this is where I'm wrong at, you see. So I've got 2 over here, that's 1 floor, and 2 over here, that's 1 floor. So technically, if this is 2 and these are both 1, I'm over by 1 floor. So I was thinking I'd be over by a half floor at best. But as far as the contest goes for the channel, this is 1 floor. I'm not going to make you try and divide this up and make it into multiple floors or consider it. This is 1 floor. You have 1 floor in a gantry stair because it's 1 item. If you place it and it's 1 item, it's 1 floor, period. If it's a shipping container, whatever it is, it's 1 floor. That's my decision as far as the channel goes for the contest for you guys. and Jack can eat me. But hey, he wins. I can't build a house with 4 floors. But it's a nice house. And it's clever. I put the gantry stairs in. I broke out the back roof back there in the back. And then I fitted these concrete posts in to attach to the bottom of the gantry stairs and continue down to support the weight. Then underneath the chimney, I went ahead, sunk some posts underneath it, steel posts all the way down to support the weight of the chimney that's up there. I thought about doing the glitch and putting the stone tops of the chimney pieces in, but in all honesty, the steel posts would probably have a lot more support, and I didn't like it once I had it up there. It made it look too bulky, if that makes any sense. Same thing over here. I wasn't going to originally put the outhouse and give it these supports, but I went ahead and gave it a couple steel support legs to make it look like it's more anchored to the building and have a little bit more support down. And if you'll notice, one of these crystals is actually touching one of the legs. Well, it's as close as I could get it to touching one of those legs to make it look like it's got a little bit of support from that as well. I was going to put in another one over here in the water, but I decided not to bother floating it because, in all honesty, I've seen too many floating crystals in recent times. But that's the house. That's the tour. You guys have a good time, and enjoy this game for what it is and build as much as you can. And I'll be here next time.